Okay.
Sorry,
wow.
but
Oh my
we've
God.
been gone for so long. We got a lot of guests today.
Yeah.
A lot of friends.
Yep.
Our
Hi,
producer
friends.
changed their gender.
No, they didn't. No. Aaron just looks a little different now.
Yeah.
A little different.
Aaron, how's it going over there?
Aaron's doing fantastic. How are you guys?
Do you talk in third person?
Yeah, I do all the time.
So how's your life been going? How's Jeff, Tana's podcast?
Really great. 10 out of 10.
We have
Hello,
another guest.
My name is Mercedes. Yay!
How did you guys meet?
On Bumble,
Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
and I swiped to the right, and he did too, and then it was just a match.
That's exactly how it happened.
Is this your first date, I guess, or?
No, we had one the other day.
Yeah.
Went
It was
to
pretty cute.
It was
Sparks were
cute.
flying.
My mic is hitting a camera.
It was at we went to some winery place that's that
What's happening?
We're in tight quarters here.
my ADD is triggered. I hear one thing, I'm like, ooh, that's a noise. Oh shit. Oh wow.
In the camera.
Yeah, no, we went to a winery place. We had some wine, and then we went to a restaurant in Malibu.
That was fun. That was cool.
Yeah, and then someone comes up to the table mid dinner, and they're like, "Oh my God, you are so pretty." And then I said, "Thank you," and they're like, "No, she is." Wow.
Does that happen often?
Well, sometimes, cashiers and stuff, and it depends on how I look like. When I do my full makeup, for sure, but then when I look like a fucking goblin, it doesn't happen. Yeah.
Yeah, I usually just get spit on or something. But that's awesome. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, I wanted to kiss her on the lips. She was so kind. I cannot handle the kindness sometimes, what I get from strangers. When someone just comes up to you and be like, "You look so pretty," and I'm like,
I would kiss you on the lips right now.
yeah, that's literally what I said, right?
You are so pretty.
Smart, very smart.
So you have an accent. Where are you from?
I'm Hungarian, and I live in Canada for almost 9 years now, and I'm just out here for
Oh, you're from Canada, but
Yeah.
you're from Hungary.
Toronto. I live in Toronto.
You live in Toronto.
Yeah.
What's Canada like?
Depends. If it's the East Coast, it's very cold. If it's the West Coast, like Vancouver, it's warm and rainy.
I think of Drake every time. I
Yeah,
hear
yeah, yeah. Toronto's yeah.
He was the best worst thing ever for the city. I feel like.
Yeah.
Is he part of the culture there? Does everyone? Is there a statue of Drake over there?
Yeah, yeah, and he shows up a lot at clubs and all that, and people just go
There's
nuts.
a statue?
Oh, not statue. I thought
Oh.
I heard status. No,
Oh.
yeah, no.
There
No
should be a
statue.
statue.
Imagine.
What is it?
So
Really?
You
Are you guys
crossing
getting annoyed
wands over there?
by sounds
Getting a
easily,
little
like
sword fight.
chewing and stuff? Because that's I can't.
ASMR?
Yeah.
You know?
I
what
can't
that
watch
is?
those.
Oh, you can't handle
No.
auto something asphyxiate.
Is there a word for that?
There's something. There's
Really?
some kind of long syllable disease for it. For
Yeah,
sure.
no, I can't. It's just the smacking the lips and chewing and all that. I can't.
Yeah.
You guys are not?
I mean,
Not that. I'm actually fine with that for some reason. I don't know why.
Okay. Well, so what else? What?
Nails on a chalkboard are
Oh, yeah.
fucking
You know what I can't handle? I can't handle the fucking desert where the ground is cracked and it's all dry.
Right.
It really bothers me. For some reason, if I see
Really?
images of the cracked, dry ground, I'm like, I
Really?
don't like that.
Is it when you step on the crack and you're not stepping on the line exactly? Because that would bother me.
It's just the cracks. It's dry. It just bothers me. It looks like I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. There's something there. But yeah, no, chewing gum and shit loudly can be annoying. But it's not the end all be all
That's
for
so
me.
weird. I can't. I have to go away from
Really?
from the space.
Definitely, you're not a corn on the cob type person, right?
No.
Someone's eating that, you're like, get away.
I can't.
like a seafood boil.
No, I'm allergic
You'd
to
quit.
seafood. I can't.
Yeah.
You're allergic
Yeah.
to seafood,
Yeah.
like shellfish or
yeah,
all seafood.
Everything.
Really,
Yeah,
I
I did a
love
blood
that.
test and everything.
really.
I
Really?
hate seafood. I hate it with
Me
a
too.
burning,
Even the
fiery passion.
smells. It's like have you ever smelled, you guys especially, a very used vagina? Or
What?
I thought we were thinking like a crab or
No.
Or when okay, for example, when you come inside a girl and then you just leave the cum inside, and then the next morning it has a very fishy scent, almost like a seafood buffet. That's like that's like not that what it reminds me. Like every time I smell fish, I'm like it's like chlamydia or something. I can't.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't stand it.
I don't
Every
think
day that
I,
happens to me, and I'm like, oh, so
Every
annoying.
day.
I don't think I would like that smell either
No,
after that.
no.
Now I don't want to smell it anymore. No, I was like, yeah, usually vagina just smells like hay. Like if
Hay?
it's if
Okay.
it's like not the cleanest, it'll
Hay?
smell like hay.
Hey, how?
Hey, how are
Have
ya?
you ever been in like have you ever been in like a barn with like horses and shit?
I've never smelt a vagina and been like, you smell like a farm.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah, okay.
What vaginas are you getting around?
No, it's not fish. It's more like it's like hay, like straw.
Hay smells like good.
Yeah. I like the smell.
That's
of
not fresh hay, like dead hay that you would like
okay.
feed to horses and things, and like
rotten. Like I know what you mean.
yeah,
Yeah.
damn,
I smelled like bad hay before.
bad hay. Yeah, I see.
Have you
I
ever
see.
slaughtered an animal?
No, but my grandparents did in front of me, and I was traumatized.
Oh yeah.
Like just like killing the chicken, like.
I was like 6 years old, and I went to like the middle of Kentucky where like my grandma was from, and my great grandma was there, and she's like, they're like I don't even think they had running water in those parts, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So this was like really middle of nowhere. They like farmed all their own food, raised everything. And this girl's like 90 years old, and she had the like thickest country accent you've ever heard in your entire life, like maybe 2 teeth. And she's just out there. She's like, "Come with me to the barn, Landon." And I'm like, "All right, let's go out there." And then a fucking chicken gets her ankle, like bites her ankle, and she's like, "Oh fuck you, your dinner." And then next thing you know, we had fried chicken for dinner. So I definitely I
You
know.
can relate to the pain.
I know. Oh
okay.
yeah, she was a crazy old lady, 90 something years old.
Yeah.
It was a different time
They
back
came
then,
from
man.
the Great Depression though too, so they went through. They
Right.
went
Wow.
through it.
That's
They
true.
went through it.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, the chicken's got to die. We're not dying.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is they were like, I feel like they were raised as actual humans. Now it's like, I want food. Uber Eats. Boom.
Yeah.
It's like,
Right.
now we're like robots.
Oh, we're
almost.
fucked. If
Yeah.
there's ever anything that's like an issue where you have to survive on your own, they're gonna be like, "Fuck, dude, the grocery store's closed," and everyone
Right.
just starves and dies.
I'll survive.
You think so?
Yeah, I'll find the biggest, strongest man I can find, and I'll be like, "You're my bae now."
So will I at that
With
point.
me.
I'll be like, "You have a big farm? How big is it?"
That's a crazy intro to a porn.
Yeah.
So, how you live here now?
Yes.
How long have you been living here?
For 2 months.
Oh, brand new.
I know. Yeah.
How do you like it here?
It's good. I always visited LA. Like I keep coming back for 4 years now. But
We're sword fighting with these mics,
what is
bro.
going on?
You don't fucking relax, dude. I'm just trying to fix my posture over here, and you.
Yeah, I like LA. It's a little bit draining sometimes. Maybe it's just because I don't know. I don't want to go into like energy and all that, but you know, sometimes I feel like this city's pace is very fast, and then I'm not that fast. So I need to like catch my breath and then, you know, match
You
the
have
energy.
to, and that's very fair. I have to go home every so often.
There you go.
Because I'm from San Francisco. It's not too far, but it's
Yeah.
still like away from this.
Yeah.
And then when I'm home, I do not care about what's going on social media.
Yeah, you just,
when I'm
like,
here,
log
I'm
off.
like, oh, I have FOMO. I need to go to this. This isn't real life here in LA.
I know.
Nothing's like
That's
real.
how I feel. It's kind of like a simulation sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, like you meet people and I'm like, am I crazy? Or like, it doesn't feel real sometimes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Not in a good way. Like, it's not in a good way.
Or it's like what? I look at LA as like high school, and there's like
Right.
there's like the seniors, which are like the
Yeah,
super
yeah, yeah,
famous
yeah.
people with money
Like a
and
pyramid.
whatever.
Like if you have more followers, you're higher up, and
Yep.
if you have less followers, you're lower at the bottom. And it's just so sad to
And
see.
in reality, you're like, why do people like this douchebag so
Yes.
much? And they're just like
Yeah.
trying to take their clout or money or whatever it is, and then you get it. But if you move to another state, that would never happen.
I mean, I get
Yeah.
I get FOMO really bad though. I'm like, I need to go to a random
Yeah,
place.
you start sweating. You start.
Really?
It's like he's withdrawing or something.
Yeah,
from
well,
the
I don't know. Like, so when I lived in Florida, I was fine not doing anything. I was like really, like, I was in college. I would go to like the occasional college party or something like that. But like, I wasn't as into it now. Now I'm like, you know what? I need to go to like a random cabin in the woods for like 3 months. Just leave me there so I can like recover. Because right now, if I'm like, I'm going to stay in tonight, I'm going to have like a nice night at home. I'm going to watch TV or something, just relax. Then I get a fucking notification and I'm like, I'm on the list, okay?
Yeah,
I gotta go.
yeah.
I'm on the list. They added me to the list.
It's already happening.
If I don't show up, that would just be rude.
Well, and it's hard because when you go to these parties, everything's free. Free alcohol, free
Yeah.
food. They just cater to you. You feel like a celebrity. You don't want to miss out on the party.
Nah.
Can I ask a question? Like, what do you have FOMO? Like, what is fear of missing out. I understand that, but what are you missing out on? A party where?
I don't think it's the
It's a
act
social.
of drinking or anything. It's like, oh, my friends are there, or the people that I want to hang out with are there. They're having a great time, and I'm here sitting in my dark room or something like that. Then
It's
it
like,
kinda makes
yeah,
sense.
it's kind of like, why am I not doing that right now?
But what if you do it like every second day, but then you're not going to 1 or 2? Like, why do you have FOMO then?
Because then I see the Instagram stories while I'm in bed and I'm chilling and I'm like, shit, that looks fun.
See, that's
That
not
looks
good.
cool. And then you're like, damn it, I should be there. Why am I not there?
But it really shouldn't be like that.
It
Yeah.
shouldn't
It's
be
like,
like
oh,
that.
I partied last month, I got it out. But no, it's like,
Yeah.
No, it's like, oh, well, and I love the dopamine hit when I show up at a party because I know so many people, and I love like you walk in and then everyone's like, oh, Lennon, and then you get hugs from everybody and you're talking to everyone, good to see you. There's like a big like dopamine hit that you
Right.
get when that happens.
Right.
Landon, everybody loves you. That's also why. Like Landon walks into one of these parties, you would think he is the top of the top celebrity that walks in. Landon, how have you been,
Aw.
Landon? Take a shot, Landon. Everyone obsessed.
Oh, my mom was like dumbfounded. It was so funny because my mom came in for my birthday.
Right.
She's like, Landon, why the fuck do you know so many people? You got to stay home more. What are you doing? No wonder you're spending so much money out here. And I'm like, whoops.
Because I'm an introvert. Like, I have no shame saying that.
Are
But then
ya?
I'm a huge introvert. And I had a very hard time talking to people, especially like groups. And then I had these extrovert friends, and I was just looking at them like, how are you so good at this? You know, she just went up to people and she was at the table right away. And I started doing what she was doing. And then we were like 18. And I got into the tables and I'm like, oh, like easy, you know? Like I lack in something and I can see and learn from other people, like what you said.
I think that is true. If Landon is sober, I think you are a little bit of an introvert.
Really? I haven't seen him
going up
sober
to
yet,
random
so
people.
I can't comment on that.
No, yeah, that is. But when you start drinking a little bit, then you're like, you'll do a backflip off someone else's table and then buy them shots, you know?
Yeah.
But walking in, you're just kind of like quiet. Yeah.
I'm very like analytical, I feel like. I analyze everything to a fault. So
Shocking.
I look at way too much and then I'll be in my head too much. But then the second I drink, it like shuts that off.
No, it doesn't. You can still point out everything in the room. It's actually insane.
You can read people fast and energies. I can do that too. Like I'm very good, and that's why I don't have friends.
Same.
That only happens when
Right?
I'm really high. I'm like, I feel your
There you
soul.
go.
Oh, I
inside
can't.
of me.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't smoke weed. I'll never
I
talk to
can't.
anyone ever again.
Same. I can't. I
If
just
I
can't do it.
I'll sit there and I'll stare you down if I'm high, and I'm just gonna look at every single thing. I'm gonna be like, why am I
Yeah,
with them
and then
right
you
now?
just kind of like go outside of your head, and you realize that what am I doing here, like in this body? And
Yeah.
I don't want to come back, and that's it.
I
So,
don't
like,
go that far. No.
Really?
No, it gets.
Oh, I do.
I go deep.
I do.
I go really deep.
Me too. I go deep. Yeah.
I just have no idea what's going on. Like I look everywhere, I'm like so confused. I'm like, what is happening?
And I
right
get
now?
super hungry. Like I eat a fucking fridge. Like a fucking
never stops,
pig.
yeah.
Never stop. It's like your hunger is like you're just keep hungry. You know?
Yeah.
Like on a loop.
It's an
like,
endless pit.
Oh, I would love to get high and just start cooking something now. That
Oh,
would be
you'd burn the
fun.
house down.
No, I would not, bro.
Dude, you get lost in your room. You're like, oh, I need to clean my closet. Something, the oil spilling on the counter.
Oh no, I am bad about that. I am bad about like leaving the stove on and things.
Yeah, you
like
do.
that.
You like
Oh,
doing something in
no.
there. I'm like, Landon, this thing's on fire.
I know how to cook,
You're
but
distracted.
so I don't really worry.
Right.
Like I'll leave something in the oven, but it'll be at like 300, 350. So like I know we're not gonna like
for
catch.
300 days.
Yeah, we're not gonna. I'm like I meant to dehydrate that. I was gonna send that up to NASA. It's a new meal recipe, meal prep for the astronauts. So,
Have you been to any like weird parties where the vibes were off?
Yeah, I do, and I don't want to say names because I'm at like a few like famous people, like very like A list, and then they were giving, and it's funny because they're giving such a good vibe on social media, and then when you see them, you're like, what the fuck? That's not even the same person.
who are we talking about?
I met George Clooney once, and we were having a conversation, and I thought he's gonna be awesome, and he was such an asshole.
Oh yeah, of course. Clooney is huge asshole vibes.
But like when you watch his movies and stuff, you know, like you think he's like down to earth, like super cool, like a gentleman, right? And then it was the opposite. Like he was so fucking rude.
Oh yeah, he's George fucking Clooney.
I can see that, but it's also like everyone feels so entitled to everyone's time too. Like when you're famous, everybody's like trying to talk to them. Right. And it would get draining after a while.
But it was like two of us. Like it was after a movie set because I used to work in film, and it was just two of us and like crew, but they were doing things, so it wasn't even like people around us trying like signature or something. So he was just genuinely rude.
Yeah, very quiet until he wants to fuck you, and then he'll
Send
just
me a dick pic. Cut that too.
Yeah, no,
Like
he's
3
no,
days
trust
ago.
me, no, there was
3 days ago?
Yeah.
Who sends those? Why?
I,
No one see your pee-pee. I promise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like what's supposed to be the reaction? Like,
We're all just like,
oh my
yeah.
god, yeah.
Oh no, it's a running joke that if a girl is fucked that you don't talk to them anymore.
Really?
It's like it's so common, especially with like girls that do OnlyFans where they do like full-fledged sex tapes. All of them. Like I think I know at least 15 girls that have fucked.
Okay, stop saying his name.
Even if you don't put this in, like, why would you fuck a celebrity? I have girlfriends, and they fucked a lot of like famous people for nothing. And I'm like, for what? So you can tell at
brag?
parties to brag.
Yeah.
Like to tell parties that, oh, I fucked Drake, or I fucked this guy and this. And I'm like, cool. And then, like, are you richer? Are you more famous? Is he paying your rent? What's going on, girl?
I think it's probably more like it's kind of like a trophy thing. Like no one gets to do this, and I get to do this.
that's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Immediately no.
Immediately no. I agree. That's what I'm asking. Like,
I mean, I'd
with the
fuck
guys
Drake.
first.
Is it good?
Would you?
No, I would. Yeah, I'd be like,
rate
yeah,
it?
sure. You know.
Uncurable gonorrhea.
is that an actual thing, or is that like a joke that you're joking about recently? She's like, you gotta be careful.
It's because I googled it after I've been talking about this so much. So it's actually just medicine resistant. So some people it's not curable, and some people it is. Going around. Or is no one scared of
Going
that?
around?
Going around.
With the common cold?
Around town, yeah. You
What
haven't seen
the fuck?
billboards? There's
gotta-
literally billboards, you guys. Do you guys not read those? as you
I'm gonna
drive
have
by?
to quarantine from gonorrhea. Yeah, from gonorrhea. I don't
You know
want
those
that.
things where you can put your dick and balls in a box and walk around?
Oh, a
What?
chastity belt.
Yeah, no, but like a little bird box.
Yeah, and if you get
Why?
hard, it like crushes it.
Yeah, if you get hard,
can't.
your dick like hits
Oh,
the
for
bars.
cuckolds. No?
Yeah.
I
It's
think.
for cuckolds, yeah. So like whenever like someone is fucking your girl in front of you and you're supposed to get hard, you can't because it's in a box.
No. Oh.
Yes, it's a thing. I watch so many porn like just for like curiosity because I was wondering like
Me
how
too.
does it work? It was pure curiosity.
Just research here.
Exactly. But it was like wild to see that, that people enjoy this.
How do you not get hard?
You can't.
You
Yeah,
can't.
it's
Like,
But
literally
you
closed
get
it.
hard enough.
It's not gonna break
It's
through
not
the
gonna-
box.
Yeah, I'm saying like it like bends it so you can't. Like it'll
Yeah, so
stop.
it
you from-
hurts.
It hurts.
Yeah.
I would just like have to shut my eyes or something.
I don't think I could watch it. I can't watch it. If I like a girl and then she's getting railed by someone else in front of me, it's not gonna work. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna cry.
What kind of trauma is that? You think?
Cuckold, like being a cuckold?
Yeah.
That's, I think humiliation.
Humiliation.
Yeah, humiliation.
That's a good one. It's a tough one.
But yeah, maybe from childhood traumas, or like not being seen, or like something like that, like some deep shit.
I would say it's probably more like inadequacy. Like they don't feel adequate enough for their partner, so they want to have someone who they feel is adequate enough.
But why is it
to
only in the
please
bed?
them? Because that's probably the only place that they're like worried about it. Maybe, like maybe they don't feel like they're good enough at that specific thing.
You should go to university.
Me?
Yeah.
Like go to college?
No, university to be like a psychologist. I think you would be great at it.
Landon's extremely smart.
Just
Yeah.
with cuckolds though.
Professional cuckold leader.
I mean, I did take, like, when I was in college, I had a strong inkling that I was not going to finish it. So I took all the psychology classes up front. So I took all of them.
You did.
Yeah, I took a lot of them. That and humanities were the only two classes that I liked.
Okay.
Oh my God, I made out with my Spanish teacher once.
No.
That's illegal.
How old were you? That's illegal.
This is first grade.
No, okay, so she was kind of hot too. And after I like finished her class and everything, this was like a year later, I ran into her on the beach in Florida. And the beaches in Florida, you get hammered. It's like a party.
Right.
And then I was like, oh my gosh, dos margaritas, por favor, or something like that. I said something stupid. And then I ended up talking to her. She's like, how have you been? I'm like, so good, so great. She's like, what are you doing now? And I'm like, TikTok. And she's like, what? And then that was
Let me kiss you.
Yeah, I think I might have said something. I think I was asking like what certain words were in Spanish, and then she told me what they were, and then I pieced together a sentence and said, let's make
And
out.
how did that make you feel? That you kissed your ex-Spanish teacher?
I mean, I was down for it. I didn't mind it.
That's kind of hot.
Yeah, it's like against.
It's just because she was your teacher.
Yeah.
It's like hot.
Yeah, she like jumped like 3 points. Like normal, she's like a 6, but that day she's a 9.7.
It doesn't matter what she is.
It doesn't matter, no. Also, too, like, I had like a hot English teacher when I was like in high school, and then like I was like 15 or 16. If she decided to make some moves on me back then, I wouldn't have been mad about it. I would have been down for it.
I had some hot high school teachers.
What's going on in the States? You guys said all hot teachers.
Well, my teachers were like 25, 26.
Yeah, these new ones.
I went to a brand new school. I was the first class of the entire school. We were learning in an office building where cubicles are supposed to be in. It was like bad. Where I can throw an orange, we did this across the hall, and it would hit the other classroom. We wouldn't have walls, so I would hear English, I would hear math, and they're like, concentrate on history right now. I'm like, fuck. But the teachers were young, so we're like, why is she so hot?
Student teachers, bro. You remember them? Did you ever have them?
Yeah, they mostly didn't speak English. They were like...
You guys, I had the hottest teacher ever. My history teacher, Mr.
I was going to say, history teacher. Only the hot guys teach
so cool,
history.
right?
Yeah.
He was so hot. We have like a little page, like back from my hometown, like an Instagram page that's pretty poppin'. And he just got nominated as the #1 teacher in like our whole area, which is pretty big. And I commented on it because I was kind of hoping he would see it. 'Cause I literally have the biggest crush on him still. Like still to this day, hottest teacher ever. I literally almost died. He sent a girl actually to the principal's office because she asked him to prom.
Ooh. No way.
Swear. He was so sexy. Everyone was in love
with him. What a savage.
Yeah, he was hot.
Yeah.
That's hot.
I didn't get along with my history teachers.
I loved history.
It was one of my favorite classes, but like one of the like teachers that I had was like pretty like attractive, I guess you could say, for like that, and he was like a jokester when he would teach. He would teach with like a lot of jokes and things, and I just one-upped him like every time. I was huge for being a class clown. So like every time he would come in and I would like make the class laugh, he'd be like, "Landon, really? You want to interrupt me some more?" And I was like, "Sure. What do you got? What do you want?" He's like, "How are you doing on your tests?" And then of course it's history, so I'm like very smart in history. I've watched a lot of movies, and and I was like, "All right, here we go." So I'd get like 90s, like 95s on like the history test, and never do anything else. And then people would cheat off me in history, which was like the only class that anyone would ever think to do that.
That's crazy.
And he would get so pissed. So by the end of the semester, I'd walk in and be like, "Yo, I'm going in school suspension." All right. And then I bribed the in-school suspension teacher with concert tickets and things like that. So and then she would like do my work for me in other classes.
That's pretty smart.
And then I got expelled.
Damn.
Yeah.
Did you guys have teachers that were like pedophiles?
Not to my knowledge.
Oh my gosh. I have the best story on this. This is Googlefiable. Googleable? Whatever.
Yeah, you could Google it.
Google verifiable. Okay. This girl. I don't even care. I'm going to name names. Okay. There's this girl that went to my school. Her name was Danielle Dash. And there was
First
this
and
teacher.
last.
Yeah, there was this teacher. No, this was like a huge news story. It was a big, big deal. The teacher was Mr. Motherspaw. He was crazy. He was our, ASB, our ASB like president or whatever. He was great, like incredible. Like our rallies were always crazy. And they started getting together and like they were sleeping together from the time she was like 16, I guess. This man is old. He's like, I want to say he was like 50, had kids, the whole 9 yards, everything. And they ended up catching them because they went to Wheel of Fortune together and they kissed at Wheel of Fortune. By the time, I swear, Google it. So by the time that they had gone to Wheel of Fortune together, she was still in high school, but she was 18. So they couldn't do anything about it. Now he left his wife and they're married and they live in a different town.
Wow.
No way.
Swear
What a love
Google
story.
That is
Wow.
a love story.
Yeah.
That should be...
They need a movie about that. Chris Hansen can direct it.
I think it's always the PA teachers or like, like the gymnastic teachers. I don't know what you guys call it in PE. They are the creepy ones. Like we always had those old men who are like, we had to like run circles around the school or something in shorts. And he was just like, like.
biting his lip.
Yeah.
You got this.
She just turned 16. Fuck yeah. Like.
I loved my creepy teachers. Easy A. They just walk in, they love you, they just are like...
Yeah, they loved us. It's just like creepy, like looking back that we were 15, 16, and you're like a 40-year-old man and just licking your lips and
Well, here's the
You know?
the problem with it is, especially now that I'm getting older, I'm like,
You like it?
no, I
How
don't.
can you be attracted to a younger girl? Like, that's weird.
That's weird. Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's strange because here's what makes it so creepy, right? As you get older, you learn so much along the way that you can so easily manipulate them,
Right.
Because they don't know enough, so you
Right.
can tell them exactly what they need to hear, say exactly what you need to say, or like what they need to like be heard or said or whatever it is, and you can just manipulate that situation to go in your favor so easily that it's weird.
That's the creepy part.
It's completely disingenuous to whatever they're actually feeling, but that girl does not know that, or that guy.
But
does
you
not
know,
know
like
that.
it's just to me the age, like your body's not that developed yet, and then your mind, as you said, like they have much more power, and it's just like the whole Hollywood scheme and all that. Like going to pedos sometimes is just so interesting to me because they're not even going for like 15 years old; they're going for like kids.
Yeah.
Like very like 5, 6. Why are you smiling like that?
Okay, I have to pee really bad, so I will. But I have a topic to bring up after.
Yeah.
Shots break.
I'm not smiling about pedophilia.
He's like when you talk about like fucking all these little kids over here. He's,
Yeah.
To be fair, I have a 4-year-old, and if anyone ever touched her, I would be in prison immediately.
I would be in prison. I know
Immediate
for sure
prison.
I will be in jail.
Actually,
once.
no, I think I'm smart enough I wouldn't be in jail.
I mean, as a pretty girl, it's easy.
It
to
was-
find.
Life is on cheat mode when you're a pretty girl. Like, it honestly,
Yeah.
people don't talk about this enough.
Pretty
It
privilege
is
is real.
yeah, it's a real thing.
Yeah.
You walk outside and you have your hair like in a bun and you have no makeup on, you get treated different. Me and Landon actually went shopping the other day. Where were we? I don't even know. But I was wearing like boy gym shorts and like a t-shirt, and we were out shopping, and I was like, Landon, I wish I was all dressed up right now. Like, they're treating us different. And he was like, what
Yeah.
are you talking about?
It's true. They look
treat
at
you different.
Yeah.
And then we went out later that night, and literally, what even happened? What happened that night when we went out?
I went and took a
I was going on a
shot.
date.
Yeah.
And so you went with me to like go get a drink before, and there was like guys coming up to me asking to take pictures of me. That's what happened, and it's just crazy. The same day.
Yeah.
So
Just
different.
because the outfit and the makeup.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I said at the beginning, that sometimes when I look like a fucking hobo, nobody's gonna come up to me in Malibu be like, oh, you're so pretty. But like, yeah, it's really the makeup and the hair. Yeah. And I love it. I love being a girl, honestly.
I love it.
I love being a girl. I love the power of titties, ass.
Me too. Pretty princess vibes.
Exactly. Like,
No.
God bless.
The worst part though is girls just like throw it away. I'm like, keep your like power.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, keep your power. Like, be a baddie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%.
So there's a new movie that just came out. It's called The Sound of Freedom. Have you heard of it?
No.
Basically, sex trafficking of children
Okay.
in the whole world, and it's in theaters. But I'm seeing TikToks, and these theaters are getting like shut down, or like the fire alarms going off. So they're preventing people from watching the movie and being informed of like what's actually happening in Hollywood, and just in general with the elites. It's all the elites because they pay a lot of money, and like they choose what child they want or blah blah blah.
It's disgusting.
It's
Like
really
Epstein
fucked
stuff
up.
and all
Oh
that?
yeah.
Yeah.
But Epstein was just like a
Bottom
few
of the barrel.
percent of
Yeah.
the big issue.
Right.
And it even happens here in LA, and we don't even know. They're shipping these kids in storage containers across from Asia, and
Oh, let me tell you, I was reading that, and they documented the whole thing, and it was so interesting that it never really made the big news and all that. That underneath Disneyland, there is a channel or like a tunnel where they kidnap kids because there are a lot of kids going missing in Disneyland.
They do.
And then that's where they like take the kids to like somewhere else, like different states and all that. And somebody went
from
down.
Disneyland.
Yeah.
There's
If
that.
you-
There's
yeah.
that one really, really big actor, Tom Hanks. Have you guys ever seen his Instagram? Weirdest thing you've ever seen in your life. It'll just be like a glove, a child's, like a little baby glove. And it'll be like, went missing at Disneyland. That's an actual caption on
Yeah.
his Instagram.
Wow.
That's why it's crucial you get the fuck out of Hollywood.
No, it's not Hollywood.
No,
It's
it
not
definitely
just
is.
Hollywood.
I'm
It's
telling you.
everywhere, bro.
It's
It's
everywhere.
well, yeah, but I mean, like Hollywood specifically. Like, I feel like you start off here, you're like, ooh, a nice house party
And
sounds
then
fun.
You just get sucked in.
Then
No,
you go
it's-
like,
it's-
ooh,
no,
a
it's-
nice
it's
little
money.
club
It's
session.
Money.
It's money.
It's the biggest business in the whole wide world. Because, like, think about it. You do Coke, Coke's gone. You can only sell Coke once. You have a kid, you can sell that kid as many times as you want.
That's what it said in the movie.
Oh, you want to know something crazy? So this is like an actual thing, and I've never experienced anything like it before. And you even thought I was going crazy until you started seeing it. I was hanging out with someone, like kind of frequently. And whenever I would hang out with them for like, say, 2-3 days in a row, just 666 would show up everywhere.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, what is going on? And of course, like if you look up like number meanings, that's not bad. But if you look at it from like a religious perspective, that's obviously like the worst one. That's like the devil's number.
Yeah.
So I'm not kidding you. The coincidences that are happening for 666, it's like I would look at a video. It would be at 666K views. I would like divide out like a number for like what I'm sending to this company to pay me for the month, and this is what it is per week, and it would turn out to like $666 or something. And I'm like, what is
It
happening?
would rub off on me after that. I would see it, and I'm like, what the hell? It's just scary.
It was like very strange. Like every I would say 1 out of every 3 number instances there was 3 sixes. You do social media, right?
Right.
How long you been doing that?
I got my very first calendar shooting, which is, again, it was super pedo and creepy because I was barely 16 and I was in a topless calendar.
What?
I know. For like a
Where was this?
In Hungary. I was in Europe, and then they just reached out to me, and because I was like without parents, I didn't really know what to do, and they offered me like $500 in that time in Europe. That was a fucking lot of money.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, so what do I have to do? And then they are like, well, it was like gardening like stuff, like tools and all that, and that was the brand for. And then they are like, well, we have a lot of girls and like 12 for like the 12 months, and you just have to be like topless, and we do like different kind of photos. And I'm like, well, okay, like whatever. I don't even know why I said yes. Like looking back at it, I'm like, I get this ick sometimes at 3 a.m. in the morning when I'm trying to sleep. I'm like thinking about it, like why did I do that? You know, like haunts me.
You were young.
I was so young, and the fact that
your
they
parents
knew.
or your mom or your aunt, were they okay with it?
Well, my mom didn't know. She wasn't really home at that time because she was just going around, you know, working, being with guys and whatever. So I was just by myself and my little sister. So I tried my best to like make money, like in every possible way, like without having sex with people. So that the easiest was like photo shoots and all that. So that's how I got into it. And unfortunately, there were a lot of bad experiences, but that was just so shocking that they knew that I was barely 16 and still like, you know, taking a lot of like topless photos, and then they even send it to me and I have it on my phone, and I'm like, that's like gross, you know? But yeah, I regret that, but whatever, like it's nothing much I can do about it.
You can't live life in regret. Like whatever happened. You just have to move forward.
Yeah, exactly. But I blamed myself for so long after. I was like, oh my God, I'm so dumb. I was like, you know, but it's like, really, what can I do? Like
everyone's dumb when they're 16. If you don't have guidance and you don't have like specifically strong women in your life, you're gonna fall into bad choices.
It was very hard to like decide what is good and bad, especially if you don't have like parents in front of you to like show you or tell you what is good and bad. So I think that's why I grew up like super fast, because you realize later that, oh, it wasn't good, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's how I got into social media. Obviously TikTok around COVID like blew up, and then I got into Instagram, Twitter. But I think social media is much more complicated than what people would think. I think it's a lot of algorithm and testing and all that, like what it likes and what it doesn't like. So yeah, I think it's
trial and error.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I do a lot. And I managed, I have OnlyFans. I have no shame about that. I do post nudes and topless photos. It's kind of like one of those things, like it's going to be there forever. So, but I came to peace with myself. So once I have kids, I'm going to be like, yeah, your mom was in Playboy. That's, you know, I think it's either awesome or like.
I think I wouldn't be ashamed of that at all. Your mom was in Playboy, and then it's like, yeah, bitch, I was hot when I was younger.
Yeah, but if you look at like society, and especially men, they are like, they try to cancel, like, oh, you're for the streets, or like you're not a wifey material because you did this and that. So it's very hard. It's very controversial, you know.
I think you use those lessons too as like, I have a 4-year-old, so I think you use those lessons as teaching lessons, being like, hey, babe, look, I have all this for you. So you don't have to go out there and sacrifice yourself. Like, you are so privileged. Let's figure out a life for you that makes you happy.
Right.
Because when you go through those struggles, you understand, and you don't want those for your kids.
I don't want, for them to make the same mistakes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I also think that there's like a lot of insecurity in the mindset of like, oh, she's for the street, she's for this or for that. I'd be like, shut the fuck up. You can't get them to begin with.
That's how I feel too. And every time I said that or I commented something like that, I got canceled immediately, like in a second. They'd be like, oh, it's not men being insecure, it's you being a whore and all that. And I'm like,
No.
how?
It's like, why do you care? Then?
Yeah, like literally, like, why do you
Yeah.
care? Like, why do you care so much about whether I post my tits or not? Or like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah,
Think about Vegas. Like you go to Vegas and you go to the strip clubs. They're known for all that, like
I
nudity,
hate
whatever.
strip clubs. Ugh.
But it's like it's the same point. It's like all those men that are
Right.
tweeting at you are all going to Vegas and like trying to like buy escorts or whatever. It's like the
Right.
same shit. So
But because it's more like low key, because they don't really see that as like social media, it stays on there. So I think that's why they are more.
they're just a bunch of incels on the internet.
Right.
Also, you're only sexualized too, so
Yeah.
that's the other thing. When it's just a photo, you're only seen as like a sexual thing. You're not seen as like who you actually are or what you are.
Right.
It's just kind of they see this and then they make up a personality for you.
That they want to see in you. Yeah.
They make everything up.
That was hard on my mental health at the beginning.
Yeah.
It was hard.
Yeah.
Because you want to constantly prove them that it's not you. And it's like you still have a personality because you post nudes, you know? So, but it's like a war you cannot win, you know?
It's not even about the nudes though. Like I have a friend recently that like is so mad at me because I just want to be friends. And it's so funny to see that he only sees me one way.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't want to see me as a full round person. Like we can't just be friends.
Yeah.
He's like, it's either this or nothing. And
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
crazy to me. Like I don't even think it's just about if you're posting nudes or not because you're beautiful. I feel like people would react to you that same way regardless.
Right.
Oh, you had one of my favorite lines I think that I've gotten in like the past like 6 months.
Which one?
That caught me so off guard. I'm at this party and I'm talking to you and then you go, "You're great. I'm not gonna fuck you."
I said that. I'm so sorry.
And I'm like, okay.
And he didn't even do anything. That was the funny part. Like he was just there. I think he bought me a drink. And he brought me the drink and I'm like, "You're so nice, but I'm not gonna sleep with you." And he's just smiling like, "That's okay." He was so nice about it.
I'm like, okay, is this like the goal? I'm like, for one, if I can go and sleep with people after buying them one drink, shit,
I mean, that's what I'm used to that men expect, you know? And
How
that's what I
crazy
was
is
like.
that?
Yeah. And literally, and I don't really care what people think. If you take it as a joke, cool. But if you get offended, cool. Because I'm so done, you know? Like people buy me drinks and they are like, "You coming home with me or what?" And I'm like,
Yeah, it's
"Fuck you," you know?
not that easy, dude.
I took you to dinner and you zelled me. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm fair, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So like we split, or like you get me one thing, I get you one thing. Like I like to be fair because everybody makes money. We live out of money. You don't have to buy me like hundreds of dollars of dinner, you know? Like I don't want to put anybody in a financial, you know, like crisis or anything.
Yeah.
But when I like someone, that's when I'm like, okay, like let's do that again sometime.
Okay, we're on the right track here.
And he's like, fuck yeah, she zelled me.
All right.
Like I don't want to like, you know, measure dicks together. It's not about me being, oh, I have money and you don't. It's just me genuinely caring and being nice. And that's how I show like that, hey, I like you. So
Oh yeah, you got to be careful though. If we keep going out, like, and you want to split things, I drink a lot.
okay, that's cool.
I can really rack up
I
a
can
bill.
sell a lot of tit photos. It doesn't matter. So
Okay.
I can sell like 10 in an hour. That should cover it.
That should do it. That's perfect. Yeah. Okay. So Saturday we're going out. Where would you like to go on a date? Where would you like to go? What do you want? What are you feeling? No seafood.
No seafood. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it like off camera. Yeah?
No, we can just say this will come out before or like after Saturday, post Saturday. So
Oh, okay, cool.
no one's gonna stalk us. No one's gonna come and like watch us on this.
Oh, I had.
Do you have
okay,
a favorite
good.
place in LA for like dinner, like
That's
a
the thing.
bar?
I'm so new that I don't really like. I can't. You know, like even if I would like, if it would be in Toronto, I would be like here,
Right,
this and
yeah.
that. But now I'm just like, yeah, I like the restaurant on the corner. So like, I don't really.
Yeah.
You know?
So you don't even know.
That's
He'll
that's
show
the
you
thing.
then.
Yeah.
He knows the
I know
places.
some places.
Okay, cool.
Know some places.
Cool. Well-
What's your favorite? Dude, your fucking microphone is just getting all
Look,
up in.
my microphone was inside this camera's asshole, so not much of a choice.
Okay.
But also, let me tell you, I like
tell me.
I like a little crazy guy. I think you're too nice sometimes.
Fuck you. You're a bitch. Fuck off. I don't
There
want to
we
speak to
go.
you again. Get away from me. You're getting blocked on Instagram after this.
So we can go to.
I like the crazy ones too. It
I'm
happens to
sorry,
the
I
best
can't
of
help
us.
it. I like when I'm being pursued. I like when they go crazy, and all of my exes are like that. And maybe that's why I kept going back to my exes because I like a little like cuckoo.
Yeah.
I can't have that. I think it's me being mentally unstable. I don't
Yeah.
know. I take it whatever it is. That's just how it is, you know.
Girlie, I agree 100%. If they're not like so obsessed with me that they cannot
I-
go like an
yes.
hour without talking to me,
Yeah.
I don't want it.
Yeah, and like in here, like, hey, you want to come? And then 3 days after we talk, and then sure. So like, you know, it's a little like, where's the cess? Where's the craziness? Where's the...
Oh, you want the obsession. See, I mute that. I pull back on that. I want to do it. I want to. But I'm like, that's fucking crazy. You got to stop.
We love it. Landon, look at the situation I just got myself into. What did I like about it?
I'm changing this. I'm just fixing this subject right now. I refuse to be crazy because if it ever comes out that you're crazy in LA, you're fucked.
That's true.
So like so like over the years, I've muted certain impulses that you have,
Right.
because if it comes out like imagine, okay, so imagine with you, right?
Right.
I got a little crazy. You didn't like crazy. Then all of a sudden, every time I'm gonna see you again,
Every girl likes crazy.
whether we like do whatever. Now imagine the word on the street is, oh, he's really funny, but he's fucking crazy if he likes you. Like, do not do that. Don't even go down that road, because the
do
girls
all
talk
girls like
so
that?
much. No, I think just the weird ones
We
do.
all like it.
But I like the weird ones.
Okay, here's the thing. You want a guy to kind of, oh, I kind of have a crush on you slightly. Or like, I literally can't live without you. Which one?
Yeah.
Where's the interest?
Yeah, but imagine